How you doing, jabronis? Welcome to the first episode of what I'm gonna call Skip the Static. So I was gonna call this Skip the Small Talk, um, but I thought about it for another 12 seconds, and I thought that Skip the Static sounded a little bit more original. But it's essentially the same thing. We're skipping the small talk. We're getting right into the serial stuff. I'm not very great at articulating my thoughts. I don't think I am, but I'm going to try. And what better game to start with than Buzz Lightyear to the rescue? So I had this. This is on the PlayStation because for whatever reason they added this game to the PS Plus downloads, and I thought it was a good one to start with because I know this game so well because it's one of the first games I ever played. But essentially, every single one of these episodes, I want to give at least one shout out to somebody that I learned something from. And there's this YouTuber, he goes by, his channel name is Random Hero Gaming. And I've been listening to him. He showed up in my feed maybe a month or two ago, and I listened to just about all or most of his videos. He's been doing it for a little while, like maybe a year or so. But he comes out with maybe one a week or so, and that's kind of what I want to do with this. I mean, as long as I'm feeling up to it, I never want to force this. And I think the guy's brilliant. He's around my age. I listened to him, I think he said he was turning 30 or he just turned 30, and I'm in the same boat. I turn 30 next month. It's crazy. Saying that out loud, it really hits me all of a sudden. My 20s are almost behind me. But that's okay. I mean, well, one, because it has to be okay, because, deal with it. There's no going back. So accept it. But also, I stay active. I started taking my health and fitness very seriously around, my early to 20s or so. And I've had slip ups here and there. But overall, it's become super important to me to always keep hitting the gym, maintain you gotta, I mean, I guess everyone reacts differently. I got a good friend of mine who, he's 31 almost, and dude can just wolf down an entire large pepperoni pizza and just nothing. Just that he loses weight eating like that. It's weird. I don't get it. But most people I don't think are like that. He's just a genetic anomaly, I guess. But, I can't eat the way I did when I was a kid. Um, as fun as that would be, it's just not. Nah, you gotta delay that gratification. Um, and my issue is that if I even touch a piece of cake or a cookie or just something, like it's game over. Like it's a relapse. I have a sugar addiction. I can't do it. I can't even like. There's no like, oh, it's just gonna be bad tonight, because it's not just tonight. It always starts that way, and just your brain is just it's your fucking enemy. It tricks you into thinking you're good, and then you feel okay doing it a second time, and maybe even a third. But then, like before you know it, you feel like you're just month behind in progress. Same with alcohol, drinking. Like it's so like I'm not gonna lie, it's fun to go out and party and drink and stuff. Like I like to. Um, at least I did for years. But it's just like, let's say your diet is on point and like you're hitting the gym like pretty much every day, and then you decide to go out Saturday night because that's when shit's popping in all the cities. Saturday nights have become better than Friday nights. Um, I'm just kidding. It's all dog shit. Don't go out anymore. It's fucking it's too expensive. It's a waste of time. And what I used to do was even like I was smart about it. I would fucking my friends and I would just get like the 50-cent shooters, and we would just drink before we go in. We're not paying for drinks. What are you, high? You kidding me? I'm not paying for a $13 Moscow Mule or like a vodka soda or whatever. That's stupid. That would not be intelligent. And so I know how to have a good time on a budget. Uh, what the hell was I talking about? Anyway, this random hero gaming guy, he's able to articulate exactly the way not only that I feel, because I'm not a special case. We're all feeling it. Um, but he's also able to leave you off with generally a positive, uplifting message at the end, and to support one another and to show each other that um we're all in the same boat, all that stuff. Like we're all in this together, like not in a cringy way. I mean like in a genuine way. Um not in like one of those, like during COVID when all those celebrities from their mansion, Beverly Hills mansions are like, we're all in this together, guys. No, that's bullshit. I'm talking about like shared collective turmoil that we're all feeling because it's real. And there's just such a broad range of topics to discuss. And I think this would be perfect for that. I have a very difficult time staying focused. Not only do I have ADHD out the ass, but it's no, that's really about it. I have ADHD out the ass. I love to learn from others. I love to learn from other people's experiences, seeing finding common ground with people. I think that's one of the greatest things you can do, even civil discourse, because you know one of the greatest quotes I've ever heard, and I never bothered to look up who actually said this, but um, honest adversity is better than dishonest harmony. Essentially, there's more value in an honest enemy over a fake friend. There's going to be plenty of people you find and listen to on the internet that have, they're just different people. Chemically, they're just they're just built different. They just behave differently. Um, totally different personality types, and but you can still find relatability everywhere in the world. That's why I'm such a worldly. Oh god, it sounds so pretentious. I'm such a worldly person, man. I don't mean it in like a hippie way. I'm far from that, but there really is. The more you see of the world, the more you see just similarities in people. It makes you more empathetic, and also does I think what I did for years, which was I worked in the social work field, which is it's rough. Anyone that's done social work, it's like it doesn't pay well. You're not doing it for the money. Usually, I mean, you got to be able to take care of yourself before you can, not I don't want to say babysit others, but it's rough. You see a lot of depressing shit. Honestly, it's you see stuff that you can't unsee in people. And I'm not trying to sound like I went off to Afghanistan, and fought the fucking Taliban or something. I'm not saying that. I'm one of those guys. I haven't been to war, thankfully, but you do see a lot of suffering doing street outreach and working as a case manager, especially for families. With kids, that's always the hardest because they didn't get to make their own choices. They're just in it, victims of circumstance. I think it's really. I think a lot of younger people should at least not saying in the long term. Do it if you're meant to, and if you really feel compelled to. But I'm glad I did social work in my 20s a lot. I think I gained some of those valuable knowledge I'll ever have, and wisdom, and compassion is the biggest. Um, I think if you have the heart for it, um, it's pretty pretty eye opening. Anyway, there's a lot to get into with that, and then there's also this. I guess I'm only gonna keep these videos to like 10 or 12 minutes each, and my ADHD self can't stay focused, and I'm trying to give a message each time. But thank you, Random Hero Gaming. I love your stuff, man. I'm not as good at this as you are, but I'm gonna try. I really respect what you do and what a lot of YouTubers like that do a similar format do because this is not easy, man. I thought this would be easy. It's not. I really underestimated how difficult it is to try to open up and just share personal stories about yourself for people to hear. If people choose to listen, which is great. But I also want to just add any sort of value, wisdom, insight as I approach the big 3-0. Anyway, I'm just going to wrap it up. I'm going to try to do this again and actually come up with something more structured. Try to have a message each time. So I guess the takeaway from this, honest adversity has more value than dishonest harmony. Take it easy.